bridge to reality. Nice to see the water levels a little higher. I had a good wash in there the other day. It's a beautiful place to wash. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. S, Mr. SP and Mr. L. Leo for the preaches. They'll help us, as I need to say, they'll help us tick along. We're most thankful. Walk and talk 22. Prevention is better than the cure. Prevention is better than a cure. So, as most of you who watch these videos are already aware, we're under an onslaught of attacks from the system. EMF, radiation, the food, the air, the water, and we need to take our own preventative measures to stop us from getting sick, or to at least help us to stay healthy and to fight against the bombardment of diseases that they're throwing at us. So I wanted to do this video to air and transmit a few cost-effective prevention measures that anyone can take to defend themselves against the toxins we're bombarded with. So here are a few of those, and hopefully I won't forget many, but I may forget a few. It's funny, I always do these walk and talks and then afterwards I'm like, oh, I forgot to mention this, oh no, I forgot to mention that. So let's hope I don't forget any in this. So, a few things you can do to keep your health in check, not only physically but spiritually, i.e. your mind, mentally. Like I tell you, the mind and the spirit are the same thing. Now, time in nature. Time in nature is a great healer for the mind, for the spirit. Another great healer is doing anything creative. Painting, making music, poetry, whatever it may be. Anything artistic is very good for the mind, very healing for the mind, stroke spirit. It was it was me picking up the guitar and learning to play it my way and writing a few songs. It certainly helped me spiritually. It certainly helped balance my mind, the two hemispheres of my brain. Out in nature, spending time out with nature. Animals like Bruce, he's dropping one. Animals like Bruce. Animals are very healing for the mind. They're exceptionally healing for the spirit and for peace. So they're another one. Those are the top 3 things I've found for spiritual healing. Now some physical things you can do for your physical well-being. Number 1, Water is important, folks. Water is really, really important. I drink about 5 to 7 litres a day, and your body should be hydrated at all times. And you'll know when you're hydrated because when you pee, it should be clear. And if your pee is not clear, then you're not hydrated sufficiently. So if you go to the toilet and your urine looks like marmalade or Marmite, then you need to drink more water. And of course the water you drink is important. We know that they're poisoning the tap water, so getting the water from a tap is not the way to do it unless you've got a distiller. You can pick up distillers, I think, for less than £100. Distillers are good, and if you run your tap water through the distiller, you'll see how much gunk is in your tap water afterwards. It's disgusting. But water is a big one for physical health and maintaining your physical health and preventing illness and disease. You can buy distilled water and chuck a couple of Himalayan rock salts in there, and that will mineralize the water if you don't want to drink it distilled. Usually when you drink distilled water, it just passes through you, but it's also a good thing sometimes to do a distilled water cleanse, because it pulls off all of those excess minerals in your body, which end up leading to arthritis and other problems. But distilled water is also good for cleaning out all your pipes. So water is a really, really important one, and getting decent water, or making the water yourself. If you can find people that are selling water in glass, that's all the better, and sourced from a good place, that's brilliant. But you can just distill your own water and remineralize it with some Himalayan rock salts, or you can mineralize it with Celtic salts. I believe Celtic salts are the best. It has something, I mean, I don't know, I can't remember the exact number, but like over 80 minerals that are necessary for the body, for the function of the body. That comes on to the third, or that comes on to another preventative measure. Just putting a couple of rocks underneath your tongue, a couple of small rocks under your tongue each day to dissolve, of either Himalayan rock salts or even better Celtic salt, and that will help give you energy, and it will help your body by feeding the body the necessary minerals that it needs. Now let's talk about cancer. Seems to be killing a lot of people recently. I have family members which are suffering from it. I think everyone in this world pretty much knows somebody who's suffering from it. And again, once it's struck, it's a lot more complicated. It's difficult to get rid of. So it's best to prevent it. And one cheap, very cheap measure you can take to prevent yourself from getting cancer is by taking a teaspoon, doesn't have to be a whole heaped teaspoon, but just a leveled teaspoon in a glass of water. Mix it round. It won't dissolve so easy. Bicarbonate of soda, okay, not baking soda, bicarbonate of soda. Whisk it around in a glass of water. It won't dissolve, so you have to whisk it and then neck it and drink that. 1 glass of that each day, and that will balance the pH level of your body. Especially if you eat a lot of sugar, your body's going to be very acidic, and as we know, science, real scientists, people who are looking at holistic cures, and everyone knows who's ever studied cancer. Cancer can only survive in an acidic environment. It can't survive in an alkaline environment. And what you're doing with bicarbonate of soda, by taking a teaspoon of bicarb each morning, is you are putting your body, balancing your pH of your body so it's in a more alkaline state. Also, by putting your body in a more alkaline state, you'll find that you'll have more oxygen going around your body. It will put more oxygen around your blood, into your blood. And cancer, it's impossible for cancer to survive in an alkaline environment. Now, you don't want to have your body in too much of an alkaline environment, because that's not healthy for you either. But just slightly more over, especially in these days, just slightly more over to the alkaline side is not going to do you any damage, and it's going to help prevent you and protect you from getting cancer. Bicarbonate of soda, who would have thought it, eh? What is it, like £1 for a big pot? A pot that will probably last about a month and a half. You can get that from any supermarket. So that's a preventative. Something else that's quite cost effective that you can use to protect your thyroid from radiation, especially with all them 5G towers up. People are getting pumped with radiation and EMFs. So you can take something to protect yourself from radiation and particularly protect your thyroid. But by taking this supplement, you'll also be promoting your brain functions. And that supplement is iodine. You can get iodine in a whole number of forms. I preferred the natural iodine made from sea kelp, and that's something you can get online at a fairly cheap price, like less than £10, and I think you'll have about 2 months supply there for less than £10. These are all things worth stocking up on as well. But that's another thing you can take to help prevent issues with radiation. There are loads and loads of gadgets out there, and certain shows selling all kinds of stuff out of fear, but I just thought I'd just give you some of these cheap remedies. I think most of you know, nature is very healing for the mind. Creative arts are very healing for the mind. Animals are very healing for the mind. These are all basic things. Very basic things. We all know water's important. We're mostly water. And water is so important. It is so important. So important. So I can't stress that one enough. And I know so many people that don't drink enough water. They just don't. And I don't know why. They claim that they never feel thirsty. I wonder They even function, some of them. Some of them don't drink water at all. Food, obviously, intake is an important one as well for your health, folks. It's massively important, eh? Trying to get good food into your system. Good fruits and good vegetables. Natural sugars, and staying away from their refined sugars, because that's a killer. Probably the biggest killer on earth. And you can get many different sources for natural sugars. Honey's a great one. I use panela, which is I have it powdered, and it's basically the juice from the sugarcane plant, which is dehydrated. So our little mates in their tree up there. Look. They may well still be asleep. I thought I'd chuck them up for you. In the future, I will transmit to you some of the medicines I use that have proven incredibly beneficial for most wounds and infections, and I'll be happy to share those with you. You in mind, Roo? Bruce, say goodbye then. Say bye bye, Rooski Roo. Be blessed. Be kind.